Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the update of my new tank setup for Skarlet and Pixie. This is the setup I told you guys a while back when I first got the tank and the fish and the stand that I was actually planning on working on. I actually custom made this setup. This is a homemade sponge filter rig, a homemade sponge filter setup that I actually put together by myself, that I actually rigged up from parts that I bought from various places and actually set it up myself. I got rid of the actual hang on the back filter, that noisy, loud filter that I had, that you had to replace the expensive filters and cartridges that actually came with the top fin tank. And what I did was, I built a whole new system out of wiring, tubing. I bought an air pump, an air stone. I bought a special valve, a flow meter. I bought a check valve, and I bought these kits that you can actually put together sponge filters. And I'm going to be probably doing this in the future of all my beta fish tanks, including Bubbles over there that still currently has a hang on the back filter. Because I absolutely love these sponge filters. I think they're fantastic. They're easy to take care of. They're very low cost efficient. You only have to replace them so many times a year. You just take them out, you sponge them in the tank water, you rinse them out, you put them back. They sound really nice. They have that natural, realistic tank sound with the bubbles. They really clean the tank really nice. They have a low flow because beta fish like low flow. You can actually set it because I actually put a custom designed flow valve. And I'll actually show you, I'll walk around and I'll actually show you my system. So I divided this tank with a custom divider from Sheila over at Life with Pets. And she actually custom made this divider for me for my tank. This is her divider. And on this side here, on Pixie's side, we have the sponge filter. Okay. It's very cool. Again, it's got that nice, you can set the flow. It's working perfectly. I rigged up everything perfectly. And on this side, on Skarlet's side, she's a dragon scale beta. That side's working perfectly as well. And you can set each side differently because each side is split with a splitter. And then I have it going into a check valve and then into a valve. Because what happens is that I have the air pump above, as you can see, above the water line, so you can never have back siphoning. Because with these sponge filter systems, you can actually have back siphoning of your water, and your water will dump right onto your ground. So you have your air filter system above your water line, but even as a double precaution, I installed these check valves. So water can never go back the other way, only air can only come out one way, not back the other way. So this stops water. I custom put these in. I got these from Amazon. You know, what flow can only go from one way. The water can't cycle back up and out. But it's above the water line, so it actually won't happen because of gravity. That's the air stone and the air pump. Okay, I have that plugged into the other side of this wall here. Okay, this is the air tubing from the air pump. This is a custom valve that I ordered with 2 flows, so you can actually set the flow to each side of the tank. Each side is set differently. You know, depends on how the fish like it, if the fish are spooked or not. You could actually set the flow of how much air comes out of each sponge filter, and also the air stone will do that as well. Then from the valve splitter, you know, because normally what happens is when you come out of this air pump, you're only able to pump air into one sponge filter. So what I did was I actually installed a splitter. It actually splits it into 2. You can actually have as many as you want, depending on what kind of splitter you get. I got a 2-splitter. And then each splitter goes into a check valve, and then each one goes separately, as you can see, into each sponge filter. So very, very, very cool. And again, I'll back up here. You can see it's above the water line of the tank. That's why we got this shelf originally. We started using it as storage for food and snails and whatnot, but it's originally for the air pump. In case of electric, in case you have to shut the air pump off, you're never going to have, the back siphoning. And just as a double precaution, these check valves are originally for if you have your air pump below the tank. But, you can never be too safe. So I put them in anyway. So that's my system. And as you can see, there's Skarlet. It's working really good. I like it. It's so much better than the hang on the back filter. It's better for the fish. It's easy maintenance. It's easier to take care of. You don't have to, buy those expensive cartridges that you have to replace every month. And here are the replacements. When I do have to replace them, I bought them in bulk. They're cheap as hell. You just have to put them together. They come in a kit, an assembly kit. I got one of my snails are out today in the feeding tank. This is my blue snail. I got my Nerite snails and my gold snails and whatnot. They're in the other tank. They'll be coming out today to feed. And got my other snail tank in there. But yeah, that's my system. Thought you guys would like to see that. I know I talked about it. I want to share it with you. And that is my new filter system. That is my new sponge filter system. As you can hear it actually. Actually sounds like a real tank now. Pretty neat, I think. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, I'll see you on the next video. Take care.